The Tangent Egg podcast is aimed at a mature audience. It contains themes that are not appropriate for all listeners. It's important to note that we are not experts. We routinely have no idea what we're talking about and are just three idiots sitting around a table. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to the Tangent Egg podcast. I'm Seth, and as always with me is Swoosh and Jonto.
Hi.
Hello.
And this week we're starting out with Blizzard saying dumb shit again.
That seems to be their default setting, though. They
Yeah.
like saying dumb shit.
Throughout the
But
history
this
of it, like, they have had some fucking corkers.
Oh,
The
I
dumb
don't think
shit.
anything will quite beat the "Do you guys have phones?" because that was at BlizzCon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
That's
to a
not
crowd
just-
of people that were expecting something else.
Yeah,
They were expecting something.
Yeah.
yeah,
Anything.
not Diablo on mobile.
Yeah. Do you
So-
want Diablo on mobile? No!
Not even a little bit, and it turned out it was really, really bad.
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't you have phones and an unlimited bank account?
Yeah. So, currently, their biggest issue is with Overwatch 2, with the current amount of time it takes to get into a game. The time can... I think I've seen references up to 30 to 40 minutes to get into a game due to the player counts.
Yep.
Now, they've been trying some different things, and eventually they came out and said one of the dumbest things I've seen in a while, which was, the best way to increase match quality is not any change we can make. It's to message your friends to get online.
Oh, wow. So it's no longer, hey, do you guys have phones? It's, hey, do you guys have friends?
Yeah. If I had friends, I wouldn't be playing this fucking game.
Yeah. Playing a better game with my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, especially because, one, that doesn't actually help that much because you can only queue with one other person in a 5-man team. So you can't even queue as a 5-stack with all your buddies to guarantee at least your team's going to have a good time.
Which was half the fun of Overwatch back in the day. Like,
Yeah.
when you stacked a 5-man team, could actually coordinate, just ruin someone's day. Best time ever.
Yeah. And two, it doesn't solve any of the inherent problems. Even if you could 5-stack, you're still probably going to have a hell of a time waiting for the other rando team.
Yeah.
So you're not fixing any problem by getting more people on, because they can't actually queue with you, and even if they could, you'd still have the same problem.
I mean, I know a way they could make it faster to queue. Stop putting restrictions on must have this many tanks or this many supports or this many DPS. Just let it go free to play again.
See, the biggest problem with that is that's what caused GOATs.
Yeah.
And Dive, and I know games gravitate toward a meta, but by being able to let them have unlimited, they found the most broken strategies, and those just became the meta. It wasn't... They couldn't put out a new hero and be like, oh, we're going to shake up the support role. It was like, oh, this thing's a little too broken. Ah, crap, everyone's just 5-stacking this one character, because...
I mean, like, one character I understand. Like, you just make it so only one character each can be, like, done. But it's like, when you start telling gamers, like, no, you can only have one tank, or you can only have this many support. Hell, the amount of people we know who rally against that for shits and giggles because they don't like being told what not to do. It's a bad way to do something.
But just have it as an option. Have you set player styles for like one of each fucking thing, but have a separate one where you can go through and have a mixed run. Like Deep Rock Galactic does exactly that.
Yeah.
You can make it your own and have it however the fuck you want.
They do have that sort of stuff, but this is very specifically to do with their competitive mode.
No, they're still trying to be a competitive esport, aren't they?
Well, I mean, it's an arena shooter, so most arena shooters, even ones that are heavily casual, contain some kind of competitive mode. So that's designed for people that aren't rando plebs. They've been playing it hours and hours a day, and they've gotten very good at it, and they want the challenge. So that's what this was about, but because of the meta sit you're talking about, where you can only have one tank, 2 DDs, 2 support, or some shit like that, that's just causing restrictions.
Yeah.
And the fact that they keep nerf hammering all the support heroes is not helping.
And it's really annoying because, like, when they implemented those changes in Overwatch 1, I was still kind of playing. And when you have a shit tank and they will not leave the class, you can't get a replacement tank. You're screwed. you can't switch out. Like, say, oh, cool, I'm a support character. I guess I'm locked into a support character. Unless I sit there and have a chat conversation with some random person on my team to try and get them to jump off to something so I can jump into that spot. Like, that's a level of coordination between randoms that will not happen without someone being called Hitler.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, every time.
Yeah, I don't know. At some point, they're just going to have to decide that every character gets some form of healing ability and just remove support altogether, because it's getting to the point where there's, like, they already don't have anyone playing the fucking role. So what's the point of even fucking having it?
Pretty much. Just throw in more healing items and they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up the respawn rate on healing packs. They'll have a blast. Because that's all people really want. Like, even people who play dedicated healers fucking hated playing dedicated healer half the time.
Yeah. So get rid of the 2 support, have an extra tank and an extra DPS.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now you're getting dangerously close back to like 90s style arena shooters.
Oh no. The humanity.
That thing we all loved.
God, it's like the competitive scene was built off of those games.
I know. It's almost like, I don't know, Unreal Instagib wasn't the best fucking thing ever.
Oh, man. The amount of, like, how many hours did we waste playing Instagib?
Not enough.
There were a lot. It was great. I still love, like, you give someone, because they're in the same room. We used to do this back in uni, where it was like everyone was in the same computer lab. And shooting someone and running back, I mean, your bits! And just keep running through them. Oh, good time.
So good. So freaking good. Especially because all those old 90s games used to be like, well, because shareware was a thing, they'd give you like a couple maps you could just play for freezies.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was great to just go into a uni and be like, okay, I'm chucking the demo mode up on the share drive, everyone pull it down, let's go.
Yeah. And just having a group of 30 people that are interested in the game, just running amok. Holy fuck, it was so good.
The thing I thought was hilarious was the amount of people who were like, oh, yes, I'm pro at these games. I'll crush you all, and then watch them just get destroyed because every other person's a sweaty nerd too.
Yeah. No, my favorite thing is like, no, I'm great at this, and then they play Instagib for the first fucking time. It's like, doesn't matter how good you are.
Oh yeah, quickest on the trigger
wins. It just takes
wins.
one idiot with a handgun to like snipe you from across the map by accident. Like,
well, that's why the premier way to play Instagib is with shock rifles, because there's a slight delay between shots. You've actually got to get that shot or be open for a talent horde.
Yeah.
I still remember there was like the hallway map, which was literally just a hallway between the two bases. That was the best one for Instagib because it was a capture the flag map as well.
Up and back.
Like, get there and then get back. Like, that's not possible. No one can do this, and then someone does it. The roar of like cheering that would come from that.
We need more like good classic arena shooters with an actual following.
I want just fun multiplayer again.
Well, see, like, there have been a few games that have attempted to just sort of do the old school shooter with a little bit of a gimmick mix-up, because, let's face it, they kind of have to get eyeballs on them and all.
Pretty much.
Games like Slipgate are already going down the tube.
Yeah.
And that was just Halo plus Portals.
But
on paper, that should have been perfect.
It's not... Ah, fuck.
We may have lost a Seth for a short period.
Or I don't know if it's just where we're talking. You might still be recording. So, and that recording is going to be a whole lot of fucking swearing right there.
Oh yeah,
oh yeah, that definitely. There's nothing to swear.
I'm back. I disconnected there for a second.
But
see, your Steam was angry. You were making fun of games. It had to say something.
I'm not making fun. I still go back and play Unreal. I am a massive fan of UT2K4. I still, like, anytime people like, let's play Quake, I'm like, yes, let's go, Quake 3 Arena, let's go.
Fucking love Quake. It was great.
But, like, newer ones, they're just not surviving. They just aren't.
No. Because I don't know if it's just they're trying to monetize too hard. They can't just release a good game that works and just let it be out there. It all has to be monetized and continually developed, and more content needs to come out.
Yeah, I think that's why people are slowly drifting back towards indie or lower-end developers, because they're putting out games that they want to make and they enjoy. So they're not overly marketed in some ways. They're not, like, full of fucking microtransactions. They're just a game for the sake of being a game. Like, they're good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like the arena shooter, it actually makes sense because you're stuck playing to the Twitch cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you can't, it's not like back in the day where there really only were a couple of guys making decent arena shooters, and you were gonna play them. Now it's like there's probably like 9 of them coming out today. Which one got Twitch attention?
Yeah.
And how long can we keep those Twitch people playing? Because they're how we're gonna make our money.
Pretty much. Which is not a great business model, but it seems
Well,
to be working for them.
It's all been heavily diluted because, well, not because, but I would suspect heavily because you've got your Call of Duty and your Battlefields doing their yearly release cycle. So the idea that you won't still be playing the same arena shooter years later isn't a thing anymore. It's not like, oh, there's one decent one, we're going to play it, or there's 2, which one do we want to play? It's like, cool, we'll see Call of Duty next year with its new skin and its new modes, and we'll grind that.
Pretty much. It is very unfortunate that that's the state of gaming currently. The thing that we all love.
Well, I mean, look, there's some good stuff coming down the pipe. I mean, next week we've got the RE4 remake coming out, and end of next month is Jedi Survivor.
Oh, yes, that's going to be mint. I'm looking forward to that.
You know, the franchise that showed EA that, oh, wait, people do like single-player games.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, we can do a proper Star Wars game without fucking it all up.
A good single-player campaign that is not done by Sony Interactive? Holy shit.
And it doesn't have any multiplayer. Almost unheard of.
And I hope they keep to that, because I don't want them to inject that bullshit into Survivor.
Fucking
Well, that's one of the things that I always found weird. Just because my computer has the capability of connecting to other computers over a vast distance doesn't mean I want that to happen in every single game.
Definitely does not mean I want to talk to other people. God damn.
Exactly. Other people suck.
Fucking oath.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we did have other things to talk about, but we just went on that tangent of fucking people, right?
Well, speaking of fucking people, Square
Always.
Enix is continuing to double down on its NFT stuff.
Why?
How has this not died already?
I know.
Because someone's making money from it somewhere. I don't know who this person is, but someone's probably making money from it.
Well,
And everyone else is like, he's made money, therefore we'll make money.
So basically, Square Enix has put out some statements about the success or lack thereof of Forspoken, that it's sold lackluster and underperformed, but they're still excited for people to look forward to their NFT games. One of which is supposedly putting out its first chapter pretty soon, but it's also where we also found out that the new guy who's taking over at Square Enix is also a crypto bro, so
Yeah.
they're all still on the NFT bandwagon. They're not stopping.
Right.
Everyone was hoping that the changing of the guard would result in, oh, thank Christ, we're going to stop doing this crap.
Yeah. But no. Apparently he loves them just as much as the other guy then. Good to know.
They
Yeah.
they released a trailer for their new NFT game, and there's a flowchart for how NFTs are going to work, and it's a convoluted fucking mess, and just everything about it is like, okay, we're going to give you an NFT, you're going to play that NFT, and then you have the chance of selling it for a better NFT, or you can throw it back in the pile and someone else can buy it from you to continue your character. No, go away. That's just
Why would I do
stupid.
that?
I'd rather start my own non-NFT character, and then when I've played it for 12 hours and I'm sick of your fucking game, never touching it again.
Well, I think the big thing on that flowchart is they have a little blurb on the side that explains some things. So they have 2 points that are supposed to explain, how they're going to make this work. And one of them is literally playing advantage for character NFT holders. They are literally selling power in an MMO.
Yeah. It's literally, they're selling play to win.
So they have a little pamphlet just saying, we've sold out. Welcome.
Before they've even gotten it off the ground to sell out with. They're
Yeah.
already selling out.
Yeah.
It's like a developer selling land before they build the houses. It's like, here's the corruption. Get in early.
And the idea of this whole thing seems to be that they're going to have these like really epic like world missions, which, you know, if you ever played an MMO, some of those sort of like world like server mission things can be fucking epic. Of course, you want to do them. Yeah, you can only see, according to this flowchart, or it seems to be implied here, you're only going to get to do those if you're a character NFT holder. So the idea is we're going to take this super awesome content that everyone's going to be able to see and think it's really, really dope and want to do. Yeah, if you haven't bought an NFT, you don't get to, chump.
So they're just locking it behind a paywall, an artificial paywall.
But you also only get access to those world missions after you have maxed out your member rank.
Yeah.
So either you've purchased more stuff or you've spent enough time purchasing enough stuff to increase your member rank to the highest tier, so you can unlock all missions and high difficulty quests, and then you get to participate in world missions.
Get fucked.
Yeah. It's pretty scummy.
It's very scummy. Fuck. Oh. I mean, I don't think I've played many Square Enix games over the last few years, but
You haven't missed much.
I think I might just... Yeah, I just think I might stick away from them for a while.
Yeah.
I don't like the direction that company is going currently, and I'm not going to fund them.
But, like, they have done some decent games lately, like Guardians of the Galaxy. Hitman, now that they've actually released that as the World of Assassination, I think is a great fucking deal. If anyone's interested in those games, check it out now. I had a great time with Outriders, even though it did fucking horribly.
I didn't mind Outriders.
I enjoyed Outriders. It took me a long time to get used to the...
Yeah, and they did a DLC for it recently, and with a complete overhaul, and I've thoroughly enjoyed that. The Tomb Raider games, I've fucking loved what they've redone with those.
Shadow was bad, but the other two were good.
Shadow was weird, just finding a Tommy gun upgrade in an ancient tomb.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Everyone brings that up, and no one actually cares when they're playing the game.
That is true.
No, it's just at the times like, holy fuck, I got an upgrade for this gun. Shit, yes.
Oh, yeah.
No one gives a fuck.
It's only after the fact you stop and think, like, why was there a gun attachment in a random tomb? It's like, don't ask questions. Shoot the things.
Yeah, pretty much.
And for me, like, that Forspoken feels very much like that Kingdom of Amalur. Like, great, it's another RPG set in a fantasy world. Okay, it's not great, it's not bad. It's just another game that's out there. But I don't know what the fuck they're expecting their sales to be. Like, all of those they're calling sales were lackluster. Compared to what?
I think one of the Tomb Raider games had to sell something like it was like 6 million copies or some shit. And when it only pulled out 2, they were like, wow, didn't hit sales target.
Yeah, so that's an issue with Square Enix, not the game. Like, that's unrealistic sales targets, not fucking the quality of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. They've done this repeatedly in the past.
They have,
really
but like...
It always happened with the Western studios as well. They set obscenely high targets for their games.
Yeah.
And I don't know why.
The next Final Fantasy only has a sales target of 100 copies. Oh my fucking god, it's a masterpiece! We only need to sell 100 demos.
Oh, God. Hallway Simulator, what number are we to now? Fuck.
Yeah.
So, I can't play Final Fantasy anymore. I've tried. I've tried so hard.
I had some fun I had some fun with the boy band driving around that fucking country. I thought that was fucking great.
I didn't actually try that one. I haven't gone back to that yet. I might give it a shot. But
I love the
boy band road trip. Did look hilariously stupid.
It's a backstreet adventure. Backstreet's back. All right.
It's really not that good a game. It's very poorly put together, and it actually has an inherently egregious product placement in it. We do an entire quest line to make a pot noodle, but it's an actual brand of pot noodle.
Just for cup noodles. Yeah.
Although I do like the incredibly simplified version of the plot line for Final Fantasy VII, which is eco-terrorists recruit a man with a padded resume, discover corporate greed has caused giant meteorite to be elected. Hold recount.
It's so true, though.
The fucking boy band Final Fantasy, one of the early enemies you can change into an XP increase, and they're fucking easy as shit to farm, so you can max out your level real early on it, and you just go through wiping everything out. And I had a hell of a time with that.
That'd be fun.
My problem is that they locked very specific and actually kind of plot relevant stuff behind DLC walls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's one bit where you do a big battle in a boss fight, then you wake up after having defeated it, and one of your characters is now blind.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is not revealed in the game ever as to what happened. If you play the DLC for that character, though, you play the sequence in which they were blinded.
That is dumb. Obscenely fucking dumb.
Yeah. There's another one where a character leaves the party for a while. There's an entire DLC telling you what happened, and it links through, and then why you find them, like, fucked up and pleading for your help later on in the game. It just doesn't come up in the game. It's all in this DLC. They really fucked that game over.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, we won't have microtransactions, but we will flog you to death with DLC.
Yeah.
It's one or the other, I find, in most cases. It's like, you know what? We're gonna be nice. We're not gonna put anything in as in-app purchases. Like, okay, are you giving us the entire game or just the bare framework and then releasing the rest as DLC? Like, we are not putting in microtransactions.
How'd you guess?
Give me my cookie for not putting a loot box in.
Oh, fuck.
The transactions will not be micro, but they will be many.
It will be huge. One big purchase.
Look, it's never as bad as fucking Train Simulator.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That shit
Although,
is fucked.
Though, yeah.
What was the thing recently with loot boxes? The FCC was doing stuff?
With FIFA, with Ultimate Team, saying they're now gambling aimed at children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That
do
shit was despicable.
we want to do like a quick hit on something else good before we get into what is probably going to turn into the next, 40-minute rant?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Let's have a nice ray of sunshine for a second.
The last ray of sunshine, and I think it very much is we have the trailer for From Season 2.
I am so hyped. I love that show.
From Season 1 was fantastic. I am super hyped to see that there's another season of that coming. Fucking aces.
The only issue I have ever had with From as a series was trying to get people to watch it.
Yeah.
Because, like, describing it to people sounds like you're a meth head. It's like, oh, yeah, like, I'll look at that. Sure, yeah, that's okay.
I don't know. It's no weirder than trying to describe any of the Doom Patrol.
Oh, yeah. But I'm pretty sure, like, we had to force our friend Angry to sit down and watch it one day. It's like, just watch the thing. And then he comes, this is a great show. Like, we know. That's why we kept yelling at you to watch it.
I must admit, I just Googled it then, because I didn't know what it was.
It is very
good
if you
show.
like suspense horror, From is a great show.
Yes, it is.
And the premise is just so simple. It's just they live in this place, and at night, these weird creatures that look like people come out and try and lure you out of your home so they can eat you. That's it. That's the premise. But just somehow it's amazing.
For the first time ever, my partner's finally decided to watch The Boys, and she watched the first episode the other night, and then she called me and said, "What the fuck is this?" And I was like, "It's only the first episode. Good luck to you." But
I mean,
the response is just wait till you get to the dolphin.
there's so much more fucked up shit than that first episode.
That first episode does have that great scene of him holding his girlfriend's hands.
Yeah.
And then, what the hell is this coming in from off screen? Is that a jawbone?
Yeah.
I'm so glad they kept Huey's backstory the same. I'm very glad for that.
I mean, they've pretty much diverged in all other ways from the original at this point.
They have, but the only thing I really wanted was him to keep that trauma incident, because it's a great one.
Yeah. And the way they shot it is great. Like I said, with just random shit starts coming in off screen, and you're like, what the fuck is that? And then it pans back and he's just holding a pair of hands. It's just like,
no.
Oh, fuck.
It's the way everything drops to the ground after the slow-mo for me. Just, clunk. That was visceral. But yes, from good thing, season 2 coming, we're going to enjoy.
Right, so time to talk about some things that well, some of them are good things, but they're still going to piss us off.
Let's get angry.
So let's start with the one that's probably going to piss us off the least, which is the FTC is requiring Epic to pay back $245 million to users because they use dark practices to essentially trick them into making purchases.
They use black magics.
Well, I mean, when you really
Dark
get into
sorcery.
when you get into the way that sort of stuff, when you get into proper manipulation of people,
Yeah.
it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
So what were they doing in this case?
Essentially, they had a whole suite of things, moving icons around, minimum clicks between purchase, decision and purchase, with no, like, you should not do this, so kids could just be like, go, 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 go.
Yeah.
That sort of stuff. It's called dark patterns, sorry. Which allowed them to, like, create situations where you might click something that normally it wouldn't have been a purchase, but they've changed the buttons around, and now it is a purchase button.
So, what used to be the cancel purchase is now the purchase button.
Sneaky motherfuckers.
Yeah, stuff like that. And, like, they were, like, locking accounts that tried to dispute payments and stuff like that, so they were really being pieces of shit about it. But the FTC's decided, like, nope, that's bullshit, you don't get to do that anymore, pay these people back.
Good. As it should be done.
Yeah. But, maybe they shouldn't have fucking done that.
Yeah. Like, granted they find them, but there needs to be someone that just to go in with a rolled up newspaper and find the prick who was making these suggestions. It's like, no, smack. Not
don't
touch.
do that.
I'd maybe change that for a rolled metal pipe. Not a
Like,
fucking
put the pipe
newspaper.
in the newspaper. Like, you roll it up in the newspaper.
that could be
then-
padding. Just straight raw metal. Maybe with a few nails welded into it.
Nails would work, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean,
Put it
like,
on, like, put something heavy on a chain, just swing that, it's fine.
Yeah, just aim for knees and hands. Just cripple the fucking lot of them.
It just reminds me of the scene from Dogma, where Loki goes into the board meeting from
Oh, yeah.
Don't run! Don't run!
There needs to be more Loki. More of those Lokis in this world.
Oh,
Jesus.
yes, definitely.
Look, the big problem, though, is, like, they did cross the line by shifting into the as I said, like, the quote-unquote dark pattern sort of design philosophy, but let's face it, the games industry's built on Skinner boxes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's why the loot games are so common these days, because the inconsistent dopamine hit works. They know it works. We've known it works for fucking decades.
Yeah.
Ever since an idiot made dogs salivate at a bell, we know it works.
Pretty much. Ever since then, like, that's what led to microtransaction. That goddamn dog.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Fucking
Pursue
Pavlov.
Pavlov?
So every time I hear that, I can't help but think of Pavlova. I'm thinking they named Pavlova. It's so fucking similar. So no, it's not Pavlov's dog. It's Pavlova. Enjoy. It's a delicious dessert. Not a horrible.
I do salivate when I hear it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's the bell. It's.
I
Wait,
mean,
how much
like,
do they... Oh, you thought you were saying?
no. I was about to say something dumb. Don't worry. I was basically just going to point out that it's not a barbecue in Queensland without a pav.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not a Christmas anywhere without a Pav. Shit.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Look, I will accept one variant of a pav, which is the it's when you get a pav and you actually roll it over like a Swiss roll.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called, but it's essentially a pav with all the fruit on top of it, but you've turned it into a Swiss roll.
Though
That is pretty good.
I've had the Pav on top of a lemon, like on top of the lemon meringue kind of thing.
Ooh.
And I fucking loved that. Jesus, I already
That'd
love
be
lemon
good,
meringue,
fuck.
but Pav on top. Oh Jesus!
Oh.
I
Yeah,
think
this
someone was just,
Conversation took a weird
I
turn.
think someone was just saying, "Hey, let's give Dan diabetes." they gave it a fair fucking shake.
They definitely did.
I mean, Swish, of course we got distracted. We're Australians and we're talking about pav.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because fuck the Kiwis, we invented it.
Damn right
Definitely.
we did.
Russell Crowe's
So we
yours,
invented
Pavlova's
stealing
ours.
Yes, we made a trade. This is legal. No backseats. You can keep that one. Him and his tugboat.
Oh, they're all fighting around the world.
That's
I'm
probably
so
one thing.
annoyed he hasn't leaned into that and started like a travel show called Russell Crowe Fighting Around the World.
He should have done like he's got that band fucking 40 odd foot of grunt. That should be their opening song. Like come out on stage and just punch out fighting around the world. Holy fuck! I'd buy tickets to every show for that. That'd be.
I
funny
bet Trey
as
Parker
fuck.
and that would let him have it too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they
just
would.
to have
They
Russell
would. They
Crowe
would
do it.
write the song for him. Like they would.
They
make
already
it for him.
did.
Yeah, on the South Park episode, they did a whole intro.
It's like, "Ooh, give me the license to this. Just do it, please."
Please, for the love of God. But no.
Now, you did have a question about the FTC thing?
Yes. How much were they actually having to pay back? It was only a few million.
245 million.
That is a drop in the bucket.
But that's that's to consumers to settle the charges.
That's not a fine.
No, they have to refund that amount. So that's a fucking lot in refunds, and that's just the people that came forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just the people that were included in this case. So how many other people? Because by the look of this, it's only in America. So how many other people around the fucking world have been dodged by this, who didn't come forward? Like, there's a lot of little fucking kids out there that, well, according to their player base, it's middle-aged women playing Fortnite mainly. So,
Oh yeah.
it's
Do you hear that? That's the sound of thousands of ACCC agents salivating at the thought of this.
it's like we got that. They got that amount of money out of them. How much can we get?
We're going for a high score.
We're going to take this amount on behalf of the players. They don't need anything back. We're going to take it on their behalf.
It's the principle thing.
We need something to pay for our subs.
Fucking.
Oh, that's such a... God,
Why are we buying like third-hand submarines?
Because there is actually... we're not buying them, we're building them. That's why they're going to take 30 years. And they were purchased, as far as I know, because the government thinks that sometime in the next 5 to 10 we might be in a conflict.
Oh yeah, so in 5 to 10 years,
We
when
might
everything
need
goes
them.
to shit, in 20 more years, we'll have submarines.
Yeah.
That
And in the meantime,
intelligent.
no one can buy a house or as many groceries as they need. Enjoy.
Yeah.
That's why they're making the submarines. The horrible people in charge are like, no, we need to make our own like mobile palaces so we can escape.
No, they need these submarines so we can ship everyone into the Bioshock universe. Everyone needs to
I'd be
go
down.
into the installation they're building after they've bleached the barrier reef. They're going to turn that into installation. It'll be nice and deep underwater by then, and we're going to develop Bioshock.
Yep.
I'm actually
I'd be
looking
okay
forward to a
with living in
Bioshock
Rapture.
future.
I look forward to living in Rapture and watching the even faster demise of our society.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to shooting bees out of my hands because holy fuck, that'd be a fun way to solve problems.
All right, I'm looking forward to the vending machines that sell drugs. That's gonna be interesting.
Oh yeah. But at the very least, they can lead in with like legalizing weed. So at least while everything's in a shit show, we can sit back and relax.
Yeah.
Problem is, you couldn't really do that in an underwater city, right? You'd accidentally hotbox your entire neighborhood.
If you can sit in an airlock and hotbox that entire fucking thing, I'm yet
that'd
to
be
see a
great.
problem here.
Yeah. Although, I will say this while we're on the topic of Bioshock. That is one of the few games that I really wish I could just wipe my memory of and play again.
The twist on that is so fucking good. I almost don't want to say it here just in case we somehow get the like one person who hasn't played the game.
On the off chance that someone has not played this game, for the love of God, go play it and experience the greatest twist I have seen in the game for a long time.
But don't expect
Look,
the twist because that'll ruin it for you.
Yeah.
I mean, look. If you're that one person, I don't know who you are, but if you can hear my voice, like skip forward like 5 minutes, okay?
If you're that one
Look,
person,
man.
you should have stopped listening 5 minutes ago.
Look, but even knowing that the twist could exist, did anyone fucking predict that the twist was the Would You Kindly?
No.
No.
Not at all.
that was a perfect use of, what is it? Polite language to request something of a player, and players generally do things that they're asked to do because they progress the game, and then reframing it as control. It's just like, so fucking good.
I felt actual betrayal at that. Like, how could you do that to me?
Why would
Because you said, like, no, I did this of my own free will. You didn't tell me to. Oh.
And then you do a replay and you see it every fucking time.
And you try and go against it, but you literally can't.
It's not an option. They're always set up as, like, this is the next thing you need to do to progress. Yeah. That's why, as a player, you feel like you had agency, and then you're like, nope, you didn't.
Yeah. They made you think you had agency the entire game, and then took that away from you.
That's so good. That is the best twist.
I loved it.
Also, welcome back, random person. I hope this was about 5 minutes.
You can come back now.
We never saw them again.
I don't know how you'd know that if you've already turned it off, but welcome back.
But seriously, it is easily one of the best. Like, I've played a lot of video games and a lot of twists, and sometimes they're good, but I don't think anything hit like that one.
No, that's absolutely a benchmark that never. I haven't played anything since it's hit that.
Like, some of them, like some twists in video games or movies, they give you that gut punch kind of thing. But this one made me question reality.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
And we'll see if they can do it again, because the head designer for Bioshock's doing the new game that's coming out in 2014.
Yeah.
Because that's Judith, which is made by the person who basically made Bioshock. So
yeah.
We'll see
I'm
if
keen
they
to
can
see what
do it
they
twice.
can do. If they can capture that lightning in the bottle a second time, awesome.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. While we're talking about video games, there's something that I think is absolutely freaking hilarious.
Why don't we not talk about video games?
I mean, we're about to get on to two things that have nothing to do with video games, one of which is going to make us all very, very angry. The guys who made Outer Worlds. So that game came out, and a lot of people thought it was a bit half-baked at launch and the whatnot. And, like, I didn't even finish it, and I got it on Game Pass, and I feel like someone owed me money.
Yeah.
They recently put out a new high-def collector's edition of the game, which has all the DLC in it, called the Spacer's Choice Edition. Now, if you recall from the game, Spacer's Choice is not good.
No.
They are the cheapest and most horrible.
It's the home brand.
Their slogan is, "You've tried the best, now try the rest."
Yeah.
So, they're not good. The Spacer's Choice version of the game runs worse than the original.
They added bugs into it.
At least they're being true to form.
Yeah.
Like,
apparently it's quite buggy. It doesn't run very well. It's a very shaky product.
oh my god.
The fact that they called it the Spacer's Choice Edition is the cherry on top.
To me, that means that their marketing team saw the demos like, this is fucked. This is... Oh, we have to get ahead of this.
Their playtesters went through and said, this is fucking horrible. And the marketing went, you know what else is horrible? We can relate this.
God, we're playing the Spacer's Choice version of this game. Yes, you are.
That's it. That's the name. Lock
that
it
joke
in.
had to have been made at some point in production. And then it stuck. Oh.
And then someone else heard it and thought, that's a great name, without knowing the history of the name.
Damn it, Jerry, this is why we don't talk near marketing. Oh, fuck.
Right, unfortunately, we're into the back half, and we've really only got the angry things left to talk about.
If we can't end on an angry note, really, what are we doing here?
I know,
Yeah.
right?
It's not like a podcast without someone getting ridiculously angry about something.
Well, we'll build up to the thing that's really bullshit. We'll start with the lesser of the two, which is some stuff to do with hardware. So there's two things here. One of them is HP has pushed out a firmware update to its printers, which essentially brick the printer if you're not using their ink cartridges.
That is a dick move.
It's a massive dick move.
Yeah.
But it's also,
that's
it's
fucked.
not just if you're using third-party printers, because some people, like, there's been reports of people getting old HP ink cartridges, taking the chips off me and putting them onto third-party cartridges. So now all the little memory chips on the cartridges themselves have got an expiry date, and if you can buy an official HP branded ink cartridge, plug it in, and if that expiry date goes out, regardless if there's good ink in it or not, that's now a fucking giant paperweight.
What the fuck?
They're just taking shots at places like Cartridge World.
Yeah.
Who the fuck cares? Like, I get the logic behind it. They want to make more money. But it's still a massive dick move. You have just guaranteed that I am never going to be using any of your products again.
Yeah.
When was the last time you printed something that wasn't 3D?
Next question.
So basically, it does clearly they're seeing their market share shrink. Because it used to be like everyone had a printer. Now people just email files to each other. They don't care
just
about
send it as a PDF. But we've got a printer here, and I finally got away from fucking cartridges. And the one we've got now, literally, you buy a bottle of ink and you fill up a reservoir inside of it. And holy fuck, is that so much easier?
That
cool.
sounds
so much better.
Fucking oath. So we just go out, probably maybe once, probably twice a year. I bought it last year, and I think I've refilled the black ink once in that time. And my sister uses it a lot for all of her work documentation, and my mother likes to print out every account, so she uses it every other day. And I don't print much, but I use it for D&D shit, like tabletop stuff, and yeah, I've had to refill my black ink once, and holy fuck, is it so good.
I know you said it's a printer, but the fact it runs on a reservoir of ink makes me think it's just a weird cartoon hand holding a quill. That's all I'm picturing right now.
Yeah, it's from the Discord universe. There's a little printing fairy on the inside.
But yeah. I'd be kidding.
It's so much better. I don't know why we still use fucking pointless cartridges for anything. Like, aren't
the only people develop them make their money from cartridges?
Aren't they trying to cut down on fucking useless plastic use? Like, it's a one-use plastic. Once that's done, you can't refill the fucking thing. You can't do anything with it.
The annoying thing is, you can't, like, I work for an IT company, and we do get a lot of ink cartridges. The problem is, like, okay, so there's only one group that'll handle them after they're used, which is Planet Arc. And Planet Arc makes it a massive hassle to do it.
Yeah.
Hell, half the cartridges, they won't even take. They only take very specific ones.
Yeah.
So, even there is nowhere else we can be like, alright, we've got all these ink cartridges, please take them. No, we've got to sort them, give Planet Arc the only ones they'll take, and then we just have to bin the rest.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure people are just going to bin them.
Yeah. And it's bad enough that every fucking printer's got its own unique fucking cartridge. Like, that is just dumb.
I mean, we passed legislation that phones have to have the same charging port at this point.
No,
just
Europe,
make that for
Europe has passed that. But,
yeah,
true.
Yeah, they need to do fucking something to change that, because you want to get rid of single-use plastics, that's a big fucking chunk of plastic you gets thrown in a landfill with ink that I'm sure isn't great to end up in the fucking ground.
It is a problem.
It's horrible.
So, speaking of hardware stuff, recently Intel has put out its new server chips. And the big fancy thing is there's like 4 chips stuck together to make one chip, and it's really powerful and all this kind of shit. These chips cost upwards of $17,000.
They also taste horrible.
Enough salsa.
I mean,
sure.
I mean, if you get them while they're plugged in, they're a bit spicy.
Tangy.
But because they're so expensive, Intel's decided, hey man, like, if you can't afford it, we'll sell you one, but we're going to lock it, and you won't be able to use all its features, but you can pay us a subscription later.
That is fucked.
Yeah, it is.
That is ridiculously stupid.
They are literally locking, like, I know the argument for, like, DLC and stuff has always existed, like, if it's on the disc, it should have access to it. This is literally the CPU of your server not functioning because you haven't paid Intel all of the money.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah,
at that point, go for a slightly lesser chip that you can afford that will run.
Well, here's the thing. AMD put out their chip almost 2 months ago. Intel's actually late to the party on this one. And their chip is better than the Intel one, except in AI-focused tasks, which is what the Intel chip was designed to do. And it costs $14,000. They're getting spanked by Team Red.
Yeah.
And for this, they fucking need to be. Hopefully it's a fucking wake-up. They're going, oh, shit, maybe we should just make a better product.
No, I'm guaranteeing someone's going to say, Sir, the cash cows are angry again.
Well, I mean,
Whip
data
them more.
centers are cash cows. They don't just buy one. It's not like a home user where they buy one CPU.
No.
Data centers need to buy hundreds, thousands of chips. And this
And
is
they have to routinely swap them out when they think they're getting slightly out of date. Like, they have to be on top of that.
No,
shit.
but like they buy thousands of them, but then they have to pay the subscription for each and every one of them.
unless they bought them outright for the total price.
Yeah, unless they bought them unlocked. So there's still fucking 2 SKUs for the same product.
Yeah. And it's not even... See, the thing is, it's not even a SKU. A SKU generally means that there's not something else on... Like, there's a different architecture, different cell count. They're literally the same product, just one is software locked.
Yeah.
It's even more bullshit than SKUs.
Yeah.
It's fucking dumb. Like, who was the person who thought of this? I'm assuming they're a Tesla owner.
But
Like, that's the only way I can think of it.
But like you already buy CPUs that so the Intel's like, say you buy an i7 13 fucking whatever the fucking number is, and there's always the K, which lets you output images from your motherboard. KF doesn't, so it's usually a little bit cheaper, but you have to output from your graphics card. There's other versions that have slightly different features. It's not going to be any different if we can now buy the same chip, which you can pay for that one chip to have which feature you want.
Yeah. I'm sure that's the apocalyptic future they're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of putting out overclockable chips and non-overclockable chips, they'll be like, pay us a subscription, we'll let you overclock that shit.
Yeah. We're going to underclock every chip. If you want it to run properly, pay this amount. If you want to do anything more, pay this amount.
Yeah.
That's the way it'll head, definitely. We're getting microtransactions with our RAM.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It hasn't started on RAM yet. Don't fucking mention it.
Give it time.
You are only allowed certain number of random accesses of this memory per day. You have exceeded that amount. Would you like to buy more accesses?
What they'll do is during off-peak hours, it'll be slower.
Your motherboard has 4 RAM slots. You can only use 1 at a time. Pay additionally for additional RAM slot use.
That hurts me.
Please no.
That's painful. Holy shit.
Your graphics card has 4 display outputs. Please pay additional
God,
for use
I
of
hope
additional
that,
outputs.
I hope there's no one from these companies like randomly listening going, oh, these are fucking great ideas. Like one day we somehow become famous. They come back and it's like listening to the backlog like, that's a good idea. Like, oh fuck, no.
Look, if you're gonna use these bullshit ideas that are gonna destroy the industry, look, at least kick back, guys. Like, give us a little cheddar.
At least credit us.
No, don't credit us.
No.
Just kick back. That's
We want to
all
be
I'm asking.
anonymous,
Like,
straight out, because everyone will hate us.
oh yeah.
Your keyboard has 52 keys. For the use of the additional 42 keys, please pay an additional subscription.
The worst part is all the numbers aren't included, so you can't type in your credit.
No. That's an additional cost. Yeah. You can only use 8 keys at a time.
Oh no, can you imagine the fucking dystopia that would be trial times on RAM or any kind of hardware?
No. Look, we need to get off of this because we're going to give horrible people too many ideas.
We can see into the future and it is bad.
Right, it's time to talk about the last thing, and the last thing is going to make well, I mean, it made us grumpy when we were talking about it before we started recording. It's going to make us grumpy now.
Yeah.
Volkswagen.
Then again, we are always grumpy.
That is true. We don't turn into the Hulk. We just sort of like be disgruntled.
We are the incredible grump. But
Yeah.
this will make other people grumpy, which is great.
Yeah.
So we have to share that.
Yeah.
So Volkswagen, they have a find your car system.
Yeah.
A car was stolen. There was a child in the back seat in a
toddler in like a
car
child seat.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And the police called up Volkswagen to get them to find the car on, so they could just we know where the car is, we can find and save the child. The person they talked to at Volkswagen basically went, nah, not until they pay $150.
Yep. Because they hadn't paid the subscription for that service.
Which is fucky, because, like, you don't pay for the GPS on your phone.
Yeah.
GPS, in majority of cases, is a free service.
Yeah.
Like, find your phone feature. Like, you don't pay additionally for that I'm fucking aware of anyway.
Here's the thing. Actual GPS is free.
Yeah.
Companies piggyback off the free network and then charge you money.
Yeah. Which is fucking bullshit.
Fucking dick.
I've got a neighbour here who had a GPS feature in his car. His car was a couple of years old, but it was an integral part of the vehicle. So when a fuse blew in his dash, like in the actual, like where the radio would be, a fuse blew in that and it deactivated the GPS system. It deactivated his entire vehicle. He couldn't start the car.
Fuck.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's some bullshit.
Oh, wow. That's fucked. But, back to this child. They did eventually get the thing turned on, right?
So, what happened is, eventually, the police were able to show that they paid the $150 to turn the service on, but by the time Volkswagen turned the service on, they just found the car. Child is fine, by the way, so don't worry about that. He's safe and sound. But it took them 30 minutes to get this done, and in that 30 minutes, they found the car.
I swear to God, whoever that representative was needs to be slapped and then fired, then rehired, and then fired again.
Apparently, according to Volkswagen, it is their procedure to cooperate with police and law enforcement in this sort of situation. They should have turned the feature on.
Then
so that they could
how
find
is that
this
not
car.
drummed into them harder? How is there even an option for them to go, no?
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking ridiculous.
Like,
Why?
there should be an option for law enforcement to call and say, right, this is what's happening, here's my badge number, I need you to activate it now. And it gets done.
Even if it's
Just
even if it's like
verify-
against policy, like I don't think anyone could get away with firing someone for turning on a service to save a child.
Could you imagine, like, if you went online and say, I got fired from this company and here's the proof, because I activated a service that saved a life and they fired me for it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, goodbye company, you're fucked.
Pretty much.
I mean, this wasn't in Australia, but like,
No.
whatever your equivalent of it is, like, dude, easiest fair work case ever.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. I swear to God, that's
Like,
just horrible.
and that's one of the few cases where you should actually call a current affair, going, hey, motherfuckers, get a load of this.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. Not even that, like, with this situation, the fact that this guy was like, nah, pay the money, and cops had to pay the money.
Yeah.
Like, my default on the other side would have been, A, put me through to a fucking supervisor right now, or why didn't this agent go to a supervisor? If a cop called and I
Yeah.
couldn't turn on this thing because I didn't have the access, I would immediately be contacting a manager going, hey man, cops, this is your problem now.
Yeah. Escalate
Like-
that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. You put them through to
But-
someone that can actually do shit. You don't leave them there and demand them that they pay money.
Like, this whole thing is a bullshit situation that should not have happened at all.
Yeah.
But
Not even a
it
little
does
bit.
start to raise, like, other questions, like Ford's self-repossession. What if there's a kid in the backseat of that? Or, like, what if you're halfway through doing something else and it just decides, nah, fuck you, we're being repossessed. Or
Yep.
so many other fucking cases. Like, goddamn, I don't think it's a great fucking direction for the car industry. They need to figure something
No.
else out.
Looks like this technology is meant to make shit easier.
Yeah.
And instead, they're putting barriers in place that don't make sense.
Yeah.
Well, that's like, I know monopolies aren't great, but until all of these fucking self-driving vehicles are on the same fucking network talking to each other, regardless of manufacturer, it's going to be trash.
Yep.
Unfortunately, self-driving cars should only ever be a government thing. Like,
They
this should
should
not be done by a private organization, because they will gouge the fuck out of people.
Yeah, but we're in Australia. As soon as they look at it and go, oh, fuck, there's money there, let's sell it.
Yeah, true. Like they sell it to Telstra.
And,
Like everything else they do.
everything else in this fucking country.
I
But
think we have about 20 years left before Australia is just renamed Telstra.
no,
Like,
we won't be renamed Telstra. We'll be the Beijing Corporation.
no, yeah, true. But, fuck.
Yeah, I don't know. There needs to be some fucking sort of oversight for a lot of this shit, because
Yeah.
I think a lot of it, I think the technology is going too fast for what legislation can keep up with. And I don't think everything needs to be fucking legislated. I think a lot of it should be common sense. But a lot of these people are only chasing a fucking dollar a lot harder than their fucking brains and common sense can catch up to.
Mm.
And yeah.
It's horribly like weird amounts of greed.
Oh, fucking oath.
This, like, whoever this attendant was, if they've been trained this way or not, if they're just a horrible person, who has
Which
seen
is a
this-
possibility. Some people are just shit cunts.
They
Yep.
really are. But they've, like, heard this from a police officer. They've gotten some kind of confirmation, yes, this is a police officer. To then think, here's a chance to make a sale.
How
That's
bad
a
are your
special kind of
KPIs
fucked
that you
Yeah.
need to hit that one more fucking sale? Really? Like,
Even if this was one outlier of a person, that kind of thing, I would imagine there has to be some organization looking at these guys now going, I'm sorry, but you are due for a review of your,
yeah. But like,
your business. Let's go have a chat in the dark room.
even in this case where the person's like just neglected what they say is company policy to fucking push this, how hard is that person being pushed by their fucking company and KPIs and bullshit that they're willing to fucking step on top of this to get that extra fucking sale?
Absolutely.
Like, that's a whole different fucking argument for bullshittery from the company. Like,
Oh, yeah.
KPIs
I
already
really hope
fucking
there is
bullshit.
some agency looking at them. Like, someone has to at least go through and audit that shit at this point.
The
right?
problem is there's probably
Guys.
more companies looking at it going, so how'd you get your people to look past the coppers and get more money? How'd you do that?
How'd you scare your employees into getting this
Yeah.
guy to make the coppers pay money?
Yeah.
Like,
Did you abduct their children and then refuse to release them until they paid for the GPS?
in your company car?
So, do we want to move on to something that's we can at least laugh at for the end of this episode that isn't
Sure.
a child being
Oh.
abducted?
We can laugh at this,
Hey,
but
we can
yeah.
laugh at that because we are also horrible people.
So, let's jump back over to what is probably one of our most fond punching bags that isn't Diablo. Good old Star Citizen. So,
Yeah.
they had a massive update go live recently, which has basically bricked the game.
Yeah.
So, the people can't log in, the entire launcher is frozen, and anyone who does make it in, it seems to be so buggy and unplayable that it's basically a waste of their time.
I mean, to be fair, it sounds like it did this on the regular beforehand. Like, from everything I've read and seen, it still had that bug where the entire server just randomly crashes.
Yeah, but you could log back in then. Now you can't.
But now that all it is they've just taken the next step towards realism for a space game, and they've turned the entire game into a black hole. for money, for gameplay, for the game itself. It just sinks into an abyss of nothing.
It tends to happen when you get a collection of dense people together.
Yeah.
Just kind of gather and just becomes a black hole of idiocy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, the article I was reading ends with probably, like, the dumbest. Like, I don't, like, the fact that you're in games journalism, I worry. So this is the last paragraph of the article. Fans are understandably pissed, citing stuff like the fact that the game has been in development since FIFA 13. Let that sink in.
Yeah.
was on shelves. But I think that's taking the glass half empty view. To them, a broken game must seem a disappointment. To everyone else, a broken game shows there's a game to break.
What?
Yeah, I know, right?
What?
You can't just break a glass and say, well, there was a glass to break. No, now there's just broken glass. Like,
Yeah.
this was,
Now we have a hazard.
this wasn't even broken glass. This was sand that hadn't even been fucking melted yet. And,
Yeah.
yeah, it...
They scattered it to the
Oh,
wind.
god
Shit's
damn.
illegal.
They just lost half a block of sand. And they're going, but at least there's a block of sand to lose. Fuck off.
Like that is just idiocy. Like this game, I have a special kind of annoyance with it. I just don't like the game. It looks great in trailers. I like the things they made for like the showing off the ships, sure. But it's like this is so clearly false advertising sometimes.
No, I really like Elite Dangerous. I really like X4. I love those big space games where you can go out and do whatever you fucking want.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to Starfield, even though there's not as much flying around. But this, looking at it, is like, oh my god, I want that to be such a good game, but holy fuck, even just looking at it subjectively, it's a scam straight out.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
holy
I want
fuck.
what you're selling, but at the same time,
I want an actual
it's
product.
just a con. Yeah, like I want your goal, like what you keep promising people.
Yeah.
And you're just giving me a shit sandwich.
Yeah.
It's like,
Like
why?
they can't even do a No Man's Sky at this point. Like, at least release the game and then have something to fix and work on. Say, look, we're doing this. This is where we're aiming for. It's out there. Right now, it's a bunch of demos. And fuck, like the old fucking, you may as well say the old Flash game websites, fucking congregate. That was going to be one big massive game. No,
Yeah.
to me it just seems fucking broken. Everything about it, it's just a whole heap of little shit patched together, saying this is going to be an amazing game when it comes out. It's never coming out.
I swear that is the mantra of the people who bought into this game.
Yeah,
Like,
Pretty much.
like one day it's going to be amazing, and I'm grandfathered in. Like, awesome, great.
grandfathered into what?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Just,
into a broken legacy.
oh yeah.
But
It's such a.
everything, like, great, you're grandfathered into it. The ships you bought at fucking launch have already been fucking outpaced by ships that don't even exist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, nobody cares. Wow, you're driving around an old beat up Model T when it'll never launch with a Ferrari. Who the fuck cares?
Yeah. Honestly, my ideal kind of game for that would be to get a random horrible junker of a ship and just fly around doing dumb shit. That's all I would want to do in that kind of situation. I would want the Firefly experience.
Yeah.
Like, this ship is falling apart, and that's half the fun. Like, we're going in for a landing? Are we going to die today? Let's find out.
Will either land or cause a hell of an impact.
Yeah.
Well, we're out past now, so I think we'll wrap things up for this week.
Yep.
Y'all out there have a good one.
Bye!
See ya.